Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the England and Denmark game, putting down our predictions and asking the question, could Denmark cause an upset against England today, and are they being underestimated? So I've got the Denmark first 11 up from the Slovenia game. Obviously it was a 1-1 draw, but Denmark did have a lot more possession of the ball, and they did have a lot more chances created against Slovenia and could have easily won the game in my opinion. But looking at the lineup, they do have some really good players in good positions that could cause an upset for England. Starting from the back, they obviously have a very, very solid back three with Schmeichel behind them as well. Schmeichel used to play for Leicester. I believe he's at Anderlecht at the moment, but we all know the quality that he can produce in goal. Vestergaard, Christensen and Anderson at the back. Obviously Anderson plays for Palace. Christensen has played in the Premier League, but at the moment he's at Barcelona, and Vestergaard is currently at Leicester, who have just been promoted back to the Premier League. You've got some good players in the midfield too who play in the Portuguese league. Obviously Højbjerg's for Tottenham as well. Eriksen and Højlund play for Man U. You've obviously got Wind as well, who plays in the Bundesliga for Wolfsburg. So yeah, you've got a really good defence that's going to be very hard to break down in my opinion, and you've also got a good creative player in Eriksen there as the number 10, and you've got two good strikers up top as well who can cause some damage if given opportunities. So Denmark by no means is a pushover. I think this is going to be a tough game for England, especially considering how they played in the last game. If you look at Denmark's stats against Slovenia, they actually created quite a lot of chances, had a significant amount of possession of the ball, and 16 shots with 4 on target. That's pretty significant, especially when you compare it to how many chances England created in their game. So if we just go to the Serbian game, obviously we've got all 3 points. It was a 1-0 win, so that's fantastic. I think defensively, we did really well with Trippier, Gueye, Stones and Walker at the back. Obviously Walker was able to get forward and support Saka, and he created a very good chance in the first half. Pickford did fairly well in goal, and it didn't really ever seem like Serbia were going to create anything significant against us. We did appear to have their number, and they didn't really have any good chances at all. But going forward, I think was the problem for England. I don't think we really created much. A lot of people are saying, and I tend to agree, that Foden went missing in the game for most of it, and Alexander-Arnold didn't really suit the midfield in my opinion. I think whatever reasons he was put there for just didn't seem to be there, didn't work out, and I think there's plenty of other players that could play in that position, or things could be moved around that would drastically improve the England team going forward. Bellingham and Saka obviously played very well, and I think Bowen and Gallagher, when they came on, did very well too. So there's plenty of options in the midfield for me that would be better suited and could help create more chances going forward. If we look at the stats for the game, England had a little more possession, but not too much more than Serbia, and didn't create that many opportunities at all. 5 shots with 3 on target. That's pretty low in my opinion. You'd have expected a lot more from the England team, especially with the lineup that they've got in Foden, Saka, Bellingham and Kane going forward. And, obviously the speed you've got in the team as well, and the quality, you'd have expected a lot more chances. I think with the England team, I don't think it's the result that bothered people. I think what's bothering people more is the stats, is the fact that we just didn't seem to create much going forward. Maybe people would be singing a different tune if Harry Kane had sunk his header and it had been a 2-0 finish. Maybe people could argue that we played the game with very little risk and still managed to get 2 goals, but it just wasn't the case. I think if you see different stats there with maybe 60% possession, 15 shots, 4 on target, something like that, I think that looks a lot more convincing with a team that's prepared to go forward than 5 shots with 3 on target and not much more possession than the opponent. That being said, you could put it down to first game jitters, and we did end up with 3 points. We do seem to have a better first 11 and bench than Denmark on paper. We tend to have a lot more quality throughout the pitch than they do as well, even though they've got some great players. My prediction is it's going to be a 2-0 win for England tonight. If you have a different opinion, or if you agree with that, please feel free to put a comment. And obviously for the channel, if you can like and subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. And have a good day. Enjoy the match.